Aloha, good morning. It's Aloha Friday, 9 o'clock. We started at 6 and we're still working on our first movement of the day. It was a full 40-foot flat rack full of staircases for the new high-rises being built. We delivered to one job site, which is over there where those cranes are at. Now we're delivering to a second job site where these cranes are at. These jobs are fun, but they're also a little annoying at times. I guess it's all right. It's just that they're hot. You're outside and you're working, and things never seem to move as fast as you want when you're working with cranes. But interesting, the first high rises to be built in this downtown area were these two in the front. One of the guys working here, well, I'm working with, actually lives in there. He's been living there for 20-some years. And then that is towards Waikiki in the Alamona Shopping Center, and that's where they've been building the high rises. And eventually this area in between these two is going to get filled in with high rises. It's slowly but surely happening. And eventually the rail is going to run right alongside it to the left here, if you ever get that done. Today is the first day the rail is going to be in operation, open to the public. The first 10 miles of it at least. This is part of the last 5 miles, which who knows when that'll be done. But that's what we're up to, just moving steel around. We got, looks like, a couple more picks. And we'll be out of here. Oh, we finally got offloaded. I enjoy that work except for the sun. Stand outside for an hour in the sun. Not one of my favorite things to do. So yesterday was interesting. I didn't feel like getting out the camera yesterday. Wednesday night, called in around 9:30. Found out I'm starting work the next day at 3:30 in the morning. I was right in the middle of a project, so I didn't get done with that until like 10:45. So I got like 3 hours sleep maybe. Came in and punched in at 3:30. Did some runs out to the grocery store distribution warehouse. A couple runs to the solar farm. By the end of the day, I'd driven over 314 miles, 214 miles. Moved 10 containers, and I punched out at 3:30. And I had pretty much hit the point where I was ready to tap out. If they had given me one more run, I would have just said, I can't handle it. A little too fatigued. I think what caused that, because normally I'm good for 15 hours. Yesterday I hit 12 and I had enough. I'm pretty sure it had to do with the 3 hours sleep and the fact that my sinuses have been raging for a couple weeks now. And I'm not sure what it is, but it happens every summer, so the way I look at it, you know how in wintertime your lips chap? For me in the summertime my eyes start to burn. After 3 or 4 weeks, so it goes away. It has something to do with the heat. I can go to the eye doctor and they'll give me steroids and it goes away right away, but I don't know if that's really good for you. Looks like they're just about ready to leave. Then it'll be nothing going on until Sunday. I can tell when I start to pull off that emergency line that this hasn't gone off. A lot more tension on it. That's right, this landing here is super hard. It's deceiving. It seems like it's easy. There's a section right here where it gets really hard. Why landing gears do that, why they have one section that's like really, really tough. Not all of them, but some of them. Let's see what other kind of exciting things dispatch can find for us to do today. Yeah, Bob Tilly Madsen. So we got to the first one at 8:15. Wait, no, I got to the first one at 7:50. And Bob signed at 7:50. And then the second stop we got there at 8:15. It's the same Bob guy was there. Yeah, the second stop, yeah. Bob. Yeah, he went from one site to the next. Number 3, 10-4. Up to 1550. 10-4. So we got a nice, easy LTL run to do. There goes the first one. was just we picked up this 20-foot container with a load of flooring, and when I picked it up, this man says, look, when you take it to the flooring company, just to give you an idea what goes on in logistics here, and I'm not even sure I have a handle on it, but when you pick up that load and take it over to the flooring company, see if you can stand by and offload, because they do that sometimes. Because the shipping terminal is closing at 11:15, and I need to get an empty 20 to take over to a customer at the airport that's shipping something back to Canada. So I say, oh good. So I know half the guys that work at the flooring place. I knew for sure I'd be able to stand by. And so head over there, we offload, take the empty down to the airlines, and I'm trying to call around and can't get a hold of management. Meanwhile, the dock is right there. So I open up the doors, back up to the dock a little bit, and somebody opens the gate. And he says, are you picking up pallets for? And I told him the airline in Canada, and he says, yeah, that's been changed because we told our bosses that we couldn't do that today because we're doing something else. So it's been rescheduled for next week after the holidays, which to me it's no problem, because what happens is the Canadian company calls a broker, the broker calls the broker here in Hawaii, who then talks to the trucking company, who then has to go to the shipping company to get a container, right? And then we show up at the customer. Of course, if they change things, in other words, they made this arrangement and told them it's got to go all the way up the ladder again, and then they decide to change things so it comes back down. So meanwhile, I'll get back to our terminal and they'll say, oh yeah, we just got the email that they want it to be done next week, Thursday or whatever. And meanwhile, the trucker's always way ahead of the paperwork and the emails, because trucking is way faster than paperwork when it comes to all these different brokers and stuff, because they're doing, you know, hundreds of customers. I just have to deal with the one. So that's what we're doing, taking this empty 20-foot container back to our terminal, putting it in the yard. We got tons of other work to do, so we'll re-deliver this next week. Meanwhile, we already got the empty container, so half the work is done already. Just got to get it taken down there at the right time. But that's logistics, and it's the guy at the dock thought I was going to be upset, but like I say, that's just part of the job. Just realizing there's a reason why things get messed up. Just usually because the office can't keep up with the truckers. And the truckers are always waiting on the office for paperwork or trying to get a number, a contact person. It's always something. So you just get used to it after a while. It doesn't faze you anymore. So he was glad I wasn't upset. Anyway, taking this back to our terminal. Looks like we got another beautiful day in Hawaii. And July starts tomorrow. July to me means 88-degree weather. That's about as hot as it gets here in Hawaii. But what happens is we hit 88 and then the wind dies down. And when that wind goes away, it really gets miserable. And we got like 8 to 9 weeks of misery coming up. Usually that's August, September. Maybe a little bit of July, end of July, a little bit of the beginning of October. All depends. Trade winds are everything in Hawaii. If the trade winds blow, then everything is nice. If the trade winds stop, it gets hot and humid real quick. And you can't see wind on the radar, so weatherman can't predict what's going to happen. But he'll take a good guess at it. Making our way back to our terminal. Yeah, change of plans again. I get back to the yard. I'm parking that empty 20 so we can re-deliver it the next week. leeward side of the island. So we hooked back up, took the empty 20 over to the furniture store on the windward side of the island. Dropped it off and called in for dispatch, and he said, there should be an empty 40 right next to you there at the window installers. So I drive next door and start to back into the empty, and they go, wait, we're not empty yet. I just called you like 2 minutes ago. How can you get here that fast? I said, that's because, we got the greatest service on the island. Wait until next time, though. So we hooked up, we helped them offload the last of the windows, and now we're taking this empty 40-foot container back to the shipping terminal. So we got to come over here to the windward side of the island. It's always a treat, nice and green. In the summer, this side stays nice and green, but the leeward side of the island turns nice and brown. Yeah, if you live on this side of the island, you have a lawn, you don't even have to put in a sprinkler system. Closes at 3:45. We got time for one more. Kind of hoping that we're done though. Had enough of this work this week. So we got the empty in-gated. They want us to strip it off at strip pile 4. Stack 26, which is down at the other end. The loader's right behind these containers. We'll follow them down. spent $142 million to air condition 880 classrooms at a cost of a little over $160,000 apiece. And now they're complaining because air conditioning only works when the sun is at a certain peak, because they opted for solar-powered air conditioners. But I'm thinking $160,000 per classroom. Man, I could have done that. But I'm guessing somebody had their hand in the till, and they got sold on the idea of it being solar powered and got kind of a raw deal. Still $160,000 a classroom. That's a lot of money. I wonder if there's any corruption involved. The main story in the news today. The main story in the news is that the railroad's finally open for business, and the first 10 miles you can ride for free after you buy a $5 ticket to open the gate. $2 for the ticket, $3 for the first ride, and they won't charge you, but you can't get the free ride without buying one of their holo cards. They're hoping they can handle the massive crowds they're expecting this weekend. I know I'm not going. Saturday afternoon. Sunday morning. I wish they all could be like this one. About 80% of them. The other 20% that make my muscles ache. See what this bed says. Bob Dilling and Sam Matson. Oh, that's right, this one. Wrong dispatch. Thank you. I am Bob Dilling and Matson. 45's over here. Our can is MIA. 458-335. 457-856. What's this one here? Container location, please. 457-856. Charlie 15-17. Okay, thank you. So we only went for it from, it's Charlie. Like I say, my job is so simple, but it's not easy sometimes. There's a lot of variables you gotta play with. Luckily, I've played all the different games, so. Charlie 15. Stall 17. 457-856. Stall. And it's too high, so you gotta lower it down. Oh. This will probably be the last run of the day. That's it. Shut them down. It's 3:05. The yard's kind of empty in that. There seems to be a lot of tractors out, so I'm guessing there's going to be a few more weekend cans coming in. That's what I brought in. Docks are still working. Seems to be all caught up though. It doesn't feel like we're doesn't feel like we're as busy as we could be. The yard looks very organized. Our safety officers cleaning up the yard today. That's what I always recommend if a driver gets into an accident because of maneuvering. Instead of suspending the guy for whatever amount of days, that does nothing. Just put him on the yard goat for a couple of days. Let him organize the yard all day long. That increases your skills more than anything else I know. It's just back-to-back backing and maneuvering all day long. When I was a captain in the Virgin Islands growing up, I was taught that in the sailing community, if you want to get really good at sailing, the fastest way to get good at sailing is to get involved in regattas, races, as crew, because you get to see equipment being pushed to the limit, and you learn very quickly, as opposed to just waiting for something to happen and then trying to figure it out. Anyway, we're headed home. We did, I think, 9 movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 container movements. We drove 90 miles. Came in at 6. We'll be out of here by 3:15. Headed home. We got some leftovers, but we're going to make a shrimp and fish seafood stir fry. My wife got this, what's it called? It's like watercress. It's not bok choy, it's the other one. It's a skinny one with the little flowers on it. It looks like watercress to me. Anyway, we're gonna have that with some rice and kind of an Asian seafood stir fry. That's what's for dinner. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Aloha.